Yes. Yeah, sit.
देख भाई मेरी मीटिंग चालू होने वाली है।
Yes, Josefa.
तो चालू मीटिंग
हाँ?
कैसा स्कूल का वैसा
Can you hear me? आवाज नहीं जा रहा क्या मेरा? बंद है आवाज। हेडफोन कहाँ है? हेडफोन कहाँ है? हाँ?
जल्दी पीस के लेकर जल्दी भी जाता हूँ मीटिंग में।
हेलो हाय
अभी 3 चमचे रहे, कितने चमचे रहे? 3
हेलो
ले। अरे
हेलो
या हाय हाय वी कैन हियर यू हाय
कैन यू हियर मी?
यस यस आई कैन हियर यू
Thank you, sir. We wait for people to join because there's still time.
श्योर या
I'm just trying to check how many of us have joined. I can see. हाँ? क्या? अभी 3 ही लोग हैं। हाँ।
तो उसको बोल दे कि
Yeah. Yeah, I can see Josefa. I can see Ishaq Sheikh Saab. I can see Jini wale. People are joining now.
हमारा
हाँ जी।
दूध पीने को आओ।
Yeah, we have Anish Patel here. If you can please put down your audio, it will be easier for us to run the show.
मैं भी क्या डालूंगा सब?
हाँ जी। Yes, we have Lokanwala sir with us.
गुड इवनिंग सर
Good evening. Waiting for doctor to come in. I've already informed him. Mr. Baba, how are you?
फाइन थैंक यू सर
Hello. Yeah, Mustafa bhai, how are you?
फाइन थैंक यू हाउ आर यू सर
I'm good. Waiting for Dr. Bhondwe to join in.
या
Okay, till then
Let's
other
wait for
people
him.
also will come.
या
लोग नहीं है आप ही लोग मोहम्मद इरफान वेलकम
वालेकुम
वेलकम
मेरा फोटो क्लियर है
फोटो में तो बहुत हैंडसम दिख रहा है इरफान थोड़ा लाइट बढ़ा ना
हाँ वही ना इसलिए पूछा मैंने कि मुझे एकदम ब्लैक दिख रहा है
लाइट नहीं है हाँ।
मुझे
थोड़ा गोरा हो
करना है
जाओ
वो?
काला दिख रहा है गोरा बन जाओ
सभी बैकग्राउंड भी काला दिख रहा है
नहीं लाइट उल्टे तरफ से आ रही है तुम्हारी इसलिए ऐसा हो रहा है
अच्छा
The light is behind you. Make it in the front. There's somebody Galaxy 8830. Please write your name. Somebody by the name Galaxy A830. कुछ लेके बैठना तो ऐसा नीलकंठ करता करेंगे नहीं लाइट को कम ज्यादा ये उसका इंट्रोडक्शन भी करने का है ना
इधर तो नहीं
हेलो हाँ लिंक 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 कर ज्वाइन बात होगा हाँ पाठवतो आता पाठवतो इंट्रोडक्शन बहुत बड़ा है हम्म हम्म उसका इंट्रोडक्शन क्या है हाँ Yeah, we are waiting still for doctor to join.
Hello, Nizar.
Yes. Yes, Shabir bhai.
Hi.
Good, very nice. So nice of you to come.
Yes.
We are waiting for
Yes,
Dr.
thank
Bhondwe to
you.
join in, Shabir bhai.
Yeah.
He just finished
Thanks
his
for
work.
inviting.
My
Yeah,
pleasure, Shabir bhai. We require people like you to advise, guide. Even Munawar Pir bhai is with us.
Okay, great.
Rotarian Munawar Pir bhai is with us also today. So we have many
Greetings
seniors.
to all of you.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum, Munawar bhai. Thank you very much for joining in.
Walaikum salam.
We are waiting for Dr. Avinash to join in. He said 5 minutes में आता हूँ.
वो सब लेने वाला नहीं।
Huh? Write in your name, please. Lenovo Z2 Plus and Galaxy 830. Please write in your name.
दूध पीना चाहिए।
सुनो गया था?
मैं पी लेता था। चमचे से सुनेंगे क्या तो कितने कर देंगे सब खींच के ऐसा खींच के
मुझे बता उसको मत पका ली कितना लगेगा इसको डिपेंड
क्या है?
अभी मैं तेरा मुंह तोड़ के इसमें डालूं क्या दूध ऐसा
जो करने करके पूरा
ये ले चल
Yeah. Yeah.
देखना कितना थोड़ा सा डाल पी के
Welcome, Dr. Avinash Bhondwe. Bhondwe.
Bhondwe.
Bhondwe. Yes. How can I? I'm so sorry.
Avinash Bhondwe is a
Avinash.
big name. Actually, in our that flyer, password is in capital letters. That's why it was not working.
Oh. अच्छा. I'm so
So
sorry.
when you send, आता तुम्ही पाठवल्यावर हे करा.
अच्छा.
क्या लगा के देता ना तेरे को
We have Avinash. We have two Rotarians with us. One is Muramwar Pirbhai from Central Rotary Club of Pune Central, and we also have
Maithili is there.
Maithili from Pune Main.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
We also have Shabir Jamnagarwala from Rotary Downtown. I'm sure there is many more who will join. So we just wait for another 2-3 minutes and we start because we're waiting for our people to come in.
Yeah, just please make rather mute कर दो सबको.
Haji,
उसने गलती कर वो भी गलती करेंगे
everybody should mute their things
Mute,
so that
mute everybody.
everybody should mute their things so that only I and Avinash can talk. And when there are questions, then you can talk.
Huh?
Everybody, please mute your things. From there, I will try to mute you here.
मीटिंग है वेब मीटिंग
Sagar, you mute everybody from your side.
That is what I'm trying. It's not happening from here.
Yeah, mute all. Mute all.
Take minute. I'll just mute. Everybody, please mute. Put off your sound this thing so that you can hear him very clearly. I'm trying to do it here from my side. It is not happening. Yeah, thank you. Most of them are put down.
जीतने की चाह खोले सफलता की राह जाना ऑन टाइम गाना ऑन टाइम खुश रहना
Somebody still with that, please mute yourself.
वाली बात कुछ समझ में नहीं आई वो ज्ञान नहीं कारोबार को आगे बढ़ाना
Well, friends, do we start? Can you hear me, everybody? Avinash, can you hear me? Unmute करना पड़ेगा, तो mute कर दिया. Yeah, doctor, can you hear me? Hello. सभी से unmute, मैं भी unmute हूँ. मेरे देख रहे हैं. Mute करेगा. Hello. Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me, doctor?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, friends, we have today with us a very renowned doctor and what do you call COVID warrior who has been fighting with Corona from day one. He is Dr. Avinash Bhondwe, Rotarian, past president Avinash Bhondwe, has been a very, very active past president of the Rotary Club of Shivajinagar. He's done his MBBS. He's been a practicing family physician in Shivajinagar. He has lots of positions and presently he is the president of IMA Maharashtra. He's been very active in this Corona movement, and I have been fortunate to work under him under polio. Even under polio, he was very active. He made all of us do a lot of work in polio, and we were very fortunate to have him as chairman. He has done a lot of. He has also held other positions in other groups, like he is the past president of General Practitioner. He has been with the assistant governor of Rotary International. He has been district director of Rotary Foundation. There are so many posts. So if I go on, it will take a very long time. I present to you my dear friend Avinash Bhondwe, who has a big coronavirus warrior. Let's hear him today. He has come to tell us कि कोरोना के साथ जीना है, डरना नहीं. तो कैसे जीना और क्यों डरना नहीं, that is what he will tell you today. So let's hear him. Over to Avinash Bhondwe, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Nisar. And good evening, everybody. First of all, I thank Chamber of Commerce and Industries, Pune, for inviting me on such a very important subject of today. As you all know, most of us, we are now living in this world with coronavirus, with all these pandemic. So I won't go very much in details about the corona and this thing. I will just brief a few things. The most important thing that you all know that corona is a virus. Virus is such a thing which is on the border of living and non-living. Virus is only gets is living characters when it enters a living body, but on the surface it is not living. It remains like that for some time. For a virus to enter, can you mute everybody?
Please mute yourself.
Because there is a lot of disturbance. Yeah, from somewhere there is sound is coming. Yeah, mute all. Mute all other than me. Yeah.
Somebody, Isaac, check. Please mute your sound. Hello, Mr. Isaac, please mute your sound. There's a lot of sound coming. Hello, Isaac bhai.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So when it enters in some living organism or living body, then only it works. So on that, there are different types of viruses. There are plant viruses as well as animal viruses, as well as human viruses. So once it enters the human body or any living organism or any living thing, it gets inside the cell or inside the tissue, and there it multiplies rapidly. From 1 to it rapidly 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 16, like that. It multiplies very fast in a living tissue, and as per its peculiarity, it enters through human body by some method, by some inlets. So there are, you can see there are some viruses which enter the human body by mouth. They are gastrointestinal. They cause diarrhea and all that. You must have heard about the rotavirus. Then there are so many viruses which may affect your skin. So there are skin diseases. There are some viruses, they get transferred by sex, like HIV virus, hepatitis B virus, and like that. this corona is a respiratory virus. It enters in our body through our respiration, through our nose. So this coronavirus enters a human body or infects a human body by only two methods. There are only two things, and we have to remember, because if we know this transmission of the virus to the human body, then only we can think about the protective methods, or the how we can save ourselves. So the first is, when it affects anybody, any human being, any person, it uh, goes through his nose, then to the throat, then to the trachea, that is the windpipe, and then to the lungs. Everywhere it goes inside the tissue and multiplies. So that time, when it enters nose, you get some sneezing. When it enters the throat, you get severe throat pain, that is pharyngitis. Once it enters the trachea or the windpipe, you get cough, and when it enters the lungs, you get pneumonia. So these are the things, and these are the rather symptoms of the coronavirus infection. And with this, you get high-grade fever. So now, once a person is infected, the symptoms are seen. The high-grade fever, the first is sneezing, throat pain, high-grade fever, a dry cough, and chest pain. And ultimately, because of this breathlessness, you get because of the lung infection, you get breathlessness and chest pain. So these are the symptoms. And once it enters anybody, and that person gets cough, sneezing, initially, that time it rather a person when coughs or sneezes, then there are some droplets, the small unseen things which rather go outside. Even not only the sneezing or coughing, if somebody is talking, now I'm talking, we are some apart, but if somebody is talking, then only these droplets, the small particles, the unseen particles, the very minute particles, they go away from that person. If somebody sings, or somebody shouts, then only it transfers from his body to the outside. So these droplets, when they go outside, they go in a projectile motion. They don't go straight. They go to the body level for some time, for throat level, your mouth level for some time. Then they fall down. The point where they meet the surface or the floor, the distance is up to 6 feet, 3 to 6 feet. And suppose if somebody coughs rapidly, it goes up to 6 feet, but usually it is from 3 to 6 feet. And in addition, if there are winds going on, there are fans going on, there is airflow, then it goes further long, maybe up to 15 to 18 feet. So this is one transmission, that from persons coughing, sneezing, or whenever he's talking, singing, speaking loudly, then these droplets go outside from his body. And if those droplets, every droplet contains few lakh of viruses. As we all know, viruses are very small particles, very tiny particles. They are not seen with your eyes, naked eyes. You have to see under electron microscope. So in a droplet itself is a very minute particle. It's a minute particle of liquid, and it contains few lakh viruses. So when a person coughs or sneezes, these viruses go in the air. It remains for around 1 to 3 hours in the air. So during that, if somebody is passing in that from that 3 feet or 6 feet circle from that person, and he inhales, he takes air inside, those viruses in those droplets go in his body through his nose, and that person gets infected. So this is the first type. And the second type, that those particles, those droplets which fall on the floor or the nearby surfaces like table, chair, or any other thing, door, or the any other surface nearby you, nearby that person, they are there, they remain alive there for some time. that sometimes is still not very much clear. On plastic, it remains for 6 hours. On copper, it remains for 12 hours. And on cardboard, it remains for more than that, up to 24 hours. And uh, along with this, there are so many things where it remains alive for more than 1 day. So if these surfaces where these particles or these viruses are there from the coughing or sneezing of that patient, and if we touch it with our hands, and if that hand touches our nose, face, or eyes, then that person inhales and gets infected. So these are the only two methods for this. And the preventive methods, can you listen, Sagar?
Yes, yes, I can listen very clearly.
Yeah.
I think
If you,
everybody can listen very clearly and they are all mute.
yeah. So if we, the precaution is seen with these two types of transmission. The precaution, of course, as you all know, if you are in that circle and if you inhale, so to protect yourself, we have to wear a mask. So that mask becomes an obstruction. Mask becomes an obstruction for the uh, uh, germs or those viruses to go inside your body. So that is one obstruction. That is one obstacle which we put. So using mask is very important, and you have to use mask continuously when you go outside, because as I told you that if somebody coughs, that in the 6 feet circle, those viruses remain there for 3 hours, minimum 1 hour. So aerosol infection is for 1 to 3 hours. So that is very important. That's why the using mask is a very important preventive thing. Of course, you all know there are different types of masks. But the mask which who's this? There are different types of masks. There are N95 masks, there are cotton masks, there are surgical masks. But for any common person or any person who's moving outside, should use a simple cotton mask. Simple cotton mask. That is sufficient. It's a barrier between those droplets and your body. That is this important. The N95 mask is very much in rather vogue nowadays. So many people want it. It is going rather they are not available. But the meaning of N95, it has it means that whatever those droplets are there, only
I'm running out.
95
Upgrade बोल रहा है बेटे.
90 only 95%
Upgrade
of
करना.
those droplets enter your body. So that's why it is called as N95. Just like that, there is N100 also, which are 100% protective. So these N95, N98, N100 masks are used by the doctors. Not only doctors, but those doctors who are treating actually the corona infected patient or the COVID patients. So this is the thing. This is the about mask. The simple surgical mask has to be used by those doctors who are examining the patients, the general practitioner, clinicians who are examining the patient. So this is one thing. And the second thing, second important preventive thing is
आगे बढ़ेगा ना.
washing your hand. As I told you,
आगे बढ़ेगा ना.
that it gets into your body if you touch some surfaces where the those droplets are there, they are spread there. If you touch that and put your hand to your face and nose and eyes, then only you get infected. That's why hand washing is the second important thing. The second important thing is, again, there are two types which for which you can use for the hand washing. The first is simple, that is any soap, and the second is sanitizer. The soap and water are very important. If you are using soap, use a soap dispenser. Then that soap dispenser, I've seen so many times, even the television advertisement of Savlon soap dispenser, they show that they press with the hand. It's not to be pressed with the hand. You have to press with the elbow, then take that solution, that soap solution in your hand, and then rub it on the palms. there are 6 steps. There are 6 steps that we always tell. The Maithili will tell you that we always tell all these school students how to wash the hands. There is National Hand Washing Day also. So there are 6 steps. The first is to wash your palms. The second is the dorsal, that is the outside part. So this is the second step. The third step is between the wave spaces. The fourth is your this thumb and the part below the thumb. The fifth is you have to clean with your fingertips on the palm surface, and the sixth is cleaning the our wrists. So these are 6 steps. You have to do it with soap. It takes 20 seconds. Now remember, all of us celebrate nowadays everybody's birthday. Previously, we never used to do in our childhood, but nowadays people celebrate birthdays very happily. And the song which is rather, we sing happy birthday to you, XYZ, happy birthday to you, may God bless you, or whatever. So that song takes 20 seconds. 20 seconds. So you have to wash your hands for 20 seconds. You can think about somebody whom you like, keep his name in mind, and wish him a happy birthday and wash your hand. That is very important. The second is our sanitizer. The sanitizer is rather very much hyped. The sanitizer is not this thing. It is equally effective as soap and water. The only thing where you should use the sanitizer, the places where you do not have water. Suppose you are traveling, or those policemen who are doing their work, or somebody is sitting in the office and doing their work. That time you can use sanitizer. The sanitizer contains 62% to 95% of alcohol. Soap and sanitizer does not kill the virus. Remember, they just separate the layer of the viruses from your hands, from your skin, and you have to wash it. Even with the sanitizer, the viruses become ineffective. They're not killed. So washing, cleaning with the sanitizer is important, but washing with the soap and water is also important. One thing I'll again tell you, that you have to practice this hand washing not only for the protection from coronavirus, but also from together. Yeah, for the years together, we have been teaching our students and school boys that if you walk, you get the respiration, cold and cough again and again. The third important thing.
Avinash, one more point. Let me tell you something.
Thing,
Hello.
we have to.
Yeah, one point. We will be off in 5 minutes, and after that we rejoin. So don't worry if you go off.
Yeah.
You please rejoin after 5 minutes if it closes down.
No problem.
Yeah,
we will again this thing. Yeah. So there are very simple and basic things. I will just tell you that habit. Everybody in the world has habit to touch on their face. It is without thinking, or sometimes people make that is their style. Like Nisar is right now touching his chin. So we have this habit inborn. We have this habit inborn, like this. There are so many film stars also known for their hand, rather their poses. So this is our natural habit, but we have to break it, because once you touch your hand, those viruses may enter your mouth, may go into the throat, where the food passage and the respiratory passage cross there. So it again enters your respiratory system. And if you touch nose, of course, it goes inside. If you touch your eyes, those viruses enter your in the surface of the eyes, and your eyes start watering. There is one small connection between the eyes and nose. You must be knowing that it is a lacrimal duct, we call. When it gets infected, if you know that one condition which is called as lasru, people get a big swelling there. So through that lacrimal duct, it enters your nose and you get infected. So this habit we have to break. If we use mask continuously, then of course it gets rather obstructed. One more thing about the mask, you should
कोरोना
know
का बोल
not
रहा
only wearing the mask, but how to wear a
लेक्चर
mask.
चल
Yeah, I've
ऑनलाइन
seen.
लेक्चर
I've
चलते हैं
seen.
ना इनके
Right
वैसे
now, yeah, right now there is somebody is using a yellow mask and keeping in his uh, on
Nasir
his
bhai.
neck. On his neck, yeah, there is no name. There is name is Galaxy A3,
Nasir
A30.
bhai.
So that is not the
Nasir bhai.
way. If you're using N95 mask, rather once you use it, take it out, you have to throw it away. That's why we had to use the simple cotton mask. You should not touch the outside. You have to pick up with the straps and put it on your ear. Then only like that you have to take it out. Never keep it around your neck. If you see television, even our big ministers also they do. They keep it on the this thing on their neck. But if you observe our prime minister and some health ministers, they always keep their mask this thing and they took it away. So doesn't matter. So using a mask has a different. We have to know how to use mask. So the first is using mask, hand washing. The third is not touching your face, and the fourth most important thing are the coughing etiquettes. Whenever you cough, usually we cough like this or like this. But now we have to change our habit. If you are going to cough or sneeze, take a tissue paper and rather you can sneeze or cough into it and or if you do not have, we cannot carry it all the time. So coughing is you have to cough inside your arm. Like you have to make yourself rather this habit you should make and your day-to-day activities. So everybody should use rules not only for the corona but for everywhere. And the last important thing is the social distancing. And I told you that these corona viruses, when coughing, they go speed. So ideal distancing between the two people, two persons outside the body, outside in anywhere, should be minimum 3 feet.
We have only
6
1 minute.
called as
Please log
social
in
distance.
and same thing again and come back.
But nowadays we call it
Avinash, hold on
physical
for a
distance.
minute. Avinash,
So
1 minute
nothing
tham.
more than that.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
So
1 minute tham.
so this is